welcome to David Investigation. And the David idea is very important to these people. You have the city of David. As you see there, Wadi. Now, Wadi is the same as David. This obviously this archaeological site here in Israel is just some old village or something, that they've basically turned into giving it all the backstory of the city of David. But that David idea is one of the Masonic ideas. For example, if you take like the David, David means sea, and day means like daylight. So it's sort of like a see clearly idea, like obviously in the confusion and the hex and all that. It's like the David idea allows like clear vision in the midst of hex, if you see what I mean. It's one of the biggest ideas. And you have this Davidic covenant. Promised one of his offspring would rule forever, right? So when you remember back to COVID, they call COVID, right? This was obviously to do with it was a long sort of winded wind up to the Charles taking over the throne, right? Which happened, obviously a couple of years later or whatever. So it was all to do with that, They had it all arranged that the Queen one was gonna sort of relinquish the throne to the Charles, It was all just to put that basically. It was like a long-winded type of build-up to that. Because that's what they're all about, They're thinking that's to do with the God's covenant of David and all this type of idea, right? That's the COVID type of thing. But they're always gonna be using the David around them and all that. For example, David Kang, the king and the Kang, David Kang was the young student who ran at the Charles with the starting pistol. Fired the 2 blank shots from a starting pistol. Of course, that was totally set up. You could tell by how calm he was and all that. That was just set up, He just happens to be called David Kang, Obviously, like David Cameron, directly related to their family and all that, as is sort of well known. David is going to be a massive, David Gandhi. David's going to be a massive part of their things, Of course, the famous time when Ronald Reagan called Diana David, and the Jungle Server done good videos on that. Of course, David Icke, of course, to a controlled opposition, for the House of David and the City of David idea and all this. So it's all to do with that, And David Beckham, It's all around type of people to do with this David idea. Charles's uncle David, And there's David Ormes, that MP that was supposedly, that was fake as, right? So you see how it's, you see this David about, get a bit suspicious like, right? Of course, David Attenborough, another one of the big operatives like. Of course, the divide as well, the divide and conquer. I'll see what to do with it. Funny how that nearly becomes like a 777 idea. course, that David Beckham called his kid Harper 7 or something, didn't he? Yeah. David Beckham and Harper 7. So you know what that's about. In the house of David. HEX, you know, the HEX. And you see a lot of variations on the name, you know, Darwood. Of course, he's supposed to have killed Goliath. Funny how you get like a golly idea out of that, you know, a golly. You know, the gollies. Again, all these pictures were run about that type of era. Cementing relations, you know, thing with Sonic, you know, cementing the relations. David had 6 sons. It explains a lot of like the HEX ideas, you know. So they are very much into this Of course, David is skilled in playing the lyre, you know, which is again that's type of metaphor for sort of HEX, you know, playing the music and making people react to the music, you know, like pulling people's strings and that, you know. It's a reference to the HEX idea. So they wanted to love this this character, you know, this David. Wilderness of Zippity Doodah, and Zippity Doodah. LMLK. Wilderness of Morn. So I love this David read. See, there's always going to be some type of little reference to the David in their servants and stuff like that. So this, you know, boy George, or Dowd, again, that's David read. And born in the barn in Kent. The builder. So, you know, totally, of course, a pusher of androgynous type of stuff, you know. Dutch football, Edgar Davids or Edgar Davids. Still up on shoulders. David Livingstone, of course, who was associated with the colonisation idea, and you know, taking Christianity to Africa and all this. Yeah, and I think that's basically total HEX. You know, total HEX idea, and as you can see there, the codes, you know, the 777 code and the Dalit. So I think that's a HEX idea, like, you know. David Ben-Gurion, first Prime Minister of Israel. Of course, countless sort of Davids, you know. A lot of saints and ideas like that, you know. Of course, probably just all made up. David a Bagner. Obviously, you know, like, you know, words of the servants are going to be called David, like, you know. David speared. He's being speared, you know. David Lynch. Yeah, funny how much them relate to that type of black ideas and all, you know. David Koresh, of course, Dave the one who was you know, the day with Michael Jackson. Again, like you got the Michael Jackson, the Wagyu Jackson, Wagyu, and this guy was the Wagyu, the Wagyu David Koresh. Tell by the news, it looks a bit like that. She got Howard Stern or something. They doubt about that. Of course, that was some type of religious style HEX to put in. Branch Davidians. And 7 again. Of course, the Wagyu idea, you know. You get this David and Charles. That's sort of you know, that David Koresh idea, right? Must have been Charles and David Koch. David Koresh idea must have been saying there can only be one king or something, you know. That was what that was about. Yeah, there can only be one king. Not a false pretender type of idea, you know. Of course, even the one who claims the real one is the false pretender, of course, but you know, this is their stuff, innit, you know, Charles Koch. It's David Koch. Famous thing in Britain was the SDP party or something. And you had these two Davids, you know, David Owen and David Steele, who were like formed like a political party together. You know, and they won, of course, you know. Total HEX, you know, they were a HEX there. Remember, like the David becomes a 6-pointed star, you know. So it's all HEX based, you know. You know, like I was telling you to follow the star and all that, you know, that's the star, what you're going to be following if you're following the star, you know. The hexagram. Magic spell, like, you know. Yeah, look how similar, you know, this is to David, right? You know, they very similar to David. Of course, hexagram isn't used in witchcraft and all that. David's set on of